There are some similarities between narcissists and sociopaths, but they're two quite different concepts. Narcissists have a diagnosis of narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD. They have feelings of grandiosity and superiority, and they lack empathy for the needs and the feelings of other people. And they also want people to admire them. They dream about unlimited success and power. Narcissists believe that they're special and unique and believe they should be treated as such. Sociopaths, on the other hand, they have a clinical diagnosis of antisocial personality disorder, or ASPD. Now, sociopaths don't tend to follow the rules of of normality, social norms, for example. They display criminal behavior or unlawful behavior. They wouldn't think twice about breaking the law. They have no value for the truth. They lie without a second thought and are generally quite manipulative to be around. They don't feel guilt when hurting or mistreating other people. And they find it almost impossible to have successful long term relationships. So, what are the differences in the behaviors of the narcissist and the sociopath? Well, I suppose the key difference is, well, first of all, it's not unusual to have a comorbid diagnosis for NPD and ASPD, but there are behavioral differences for sure. Sociopaths will often qualify as narcissists, but not all narcissists will qualify as sociopaths. Make sense? What drives their behaviors and their behavioral actions is also quite different. On an emotional level, narcissists have their ego as a driving force for their actions, while sociopaths are driven by a single-minded self-interest almost. Sociopaths are more cunning, they're more manipulative, and I suppose they're more resistant as well, whereas a narcissist's ego can be extremely fragile, making them extremely fragile. Sociopaths can be quite difficult to spot because they don't try to impress or win approval like a narcissist would. Unless, of course, they have a hidden agenda and you happen to be the focus of that hidden agenda. Then they're relatively easy to spot. They can be apologetic, they have no problem apologizing, whereas a narcissist would refuse to apologize. A sociopath, they're fine. If it gives them what they want, they're happy to appear contrite or sorry. They can appear sincere, and they often make you the center of their conversation, whereas a narcissist will make themselves the center of attention, the center of their conversation, how fabulous they are, how wonderful they are. For a narcissist, it's basically a case of, okay, enough of me talking about me, what do you think of me? And I can imagine that can get very exhausting very quickly. Sociopaths will usually plan aggression in advance, whereas narcissists are more impulsive when it comes to this kind of thing. They'll react when threatened with, bullying behavior or lies or gaslighting. A sociopath won't do that. They'll they'll plan aggression towards you. Now both are motivated to win and get what they want at any cost. They just go about it differently. A sociopath's impulsive behavior and lack of control over something like their anger, for example, makes it really difficult for them to blend unseen into daily life. Unlike a psychopath, for example, a sociopath will quite openly steamroll over you to get what they want. And I suppose that the odd thing about the sociopath is they'll tell you they're about to steamroll over you to get what they want. They're quite upfront about it. Narcissists, on the other hand, will belittle you and break you down to get what they want. So, I suppose at the end of the day, the outcome is the same for both of them. They just go about it differently. So, I suppose a sociopath's behavior is more in your face, whereas a narcissist's behavior is a little bit more underhand, I suppose. Maybe a little bit more insidious. So there you go. That's the difference between the two.